Hello, this is John Long. Today is April 5th. This is part 2 showing the incredible results that our volunteers did today on Bread and Cheese Creek. I'm now on the other side of Merritt Boulevard, and we're continuing our journey along the stream to show on this video the incredible results. We are now next to the shopping center, Merritt Point Shopping Center, I believe is what it's called, which is where Gold's Gym is, one of our most incredible partners and sponsors. Now you know that this hill normally is caked with trash because of the shopping center. Which brings us back to my original discussion about stormwater that I had come to before in the first part of the video. Everything from the parking lot up here, once again you can see the erosion, either blows or is washed into the stream. Because Dundalk currently has stormwater management regulations in place that are prior 1960s and 70s and outdated and illegal, but they've been grandfathered because they are being held in place by organizations that have been here for so very long. I should say, not organizations, businesses. All of the rainwater that comes off of the parking lots, that comes off of the roads, that comes off the highways and the shopping centers, drains directly into Bread and Cheese Creek with no buffer zone whatsoever. It's again more erosion, as you can see. Now, not only does that cause all the trash from these same areas to wash straight into Bread and Cheese Creek without any type of filtration system whatsoever, but it also causes huge amounts of erosion, as you can see. Now the erosion is not only costing millions of dollars of property damage for everybody who has property along Bread and Cheese Creek, but it's also causing huge amounts of sediment to wash into Back River and the Chesapeake Bay. Now we know that the most important two TMDL, total maximum daily load goals for health of the bay, are a reduction in sediment and a reduction in nutrients. Now nutrient is from lawn fertilizer for the most part, or agriculture fertilizer, and sediment is from erosion. Now when you don't have any buffer area next to the streams, like we don't have in Dundalk, that means all these chemicals from people's lawns, as well as all the sediment from all the erosion, is washing straight into the stream, which is washing straight into the Chesapeake Bay and the ocean. So right there shows that we're not abiding, not helping the Chesapeake Bay out at all by this type of stormwater management. Now, the rest of Baltimore County has gotten funding to upgrade their stormwater management, to retrofit it, so that way it meets the current standards, but not in Dundalk. And it's interesting because if you look at the way that things have been upgraded, it almost goes according to the socioeconomic value of each community. So since Dundalk, since the loss of most of our industry, has such a low socioeconomic index to it, I guess we're at the bottom of the list, which means to me it's interesting that those who are considered not wealthy or not affluent, I guess are considered somewhat expendable, for lack of better words, because our health and the health of our children isn't quite as important, it seems, unfortunately. So this is a very deep section in this corner here, and you can see that is once again because of the erosion. You can see how it has carved out really bad hard around here, so I have to walk a little bit slower because it's currently up to my thighs and I don't want to slip and fall. Even though this is a waterproof camera, it's still not, exactly the warm type of weather one would enjoy a swim with yet. Once again, you can see all the erosion. And not only the erosion, but you also make sure you realize how clean this is. How incredibly clean this is as we go through. Now, as we move along, Bread and Cheese Creek, you'll see how spotless it is. We are now nearing Plainfield Road Bridge, which means that we are a little over halfway through the stream section that we cleaned today. Now, one of the greatest pleasures that I have from being a part and starting Clean Bread and Cheese Creek is seeing the results we make. Now, it's true, the stream will get dirty again, and that's, you know, there are a few people who actually throw things directly in the stream and don't care, but the majority of the trash that we find is from that outdated stormwater management. Whenever Dundalk finally gets upgraded to meet modern stormwater management standards, I guarantee you the amount of trash that we find in this stream and all the other waterways in Dundalk will be cut by at least 90%, if not more. Because I really think most people honestly do not litter and do not want to litter. But drive behind most of the shopping centers in the Dundalk area and look at the dumpsters. They're overfilled. There's trash all on the ground beside them. And every time there's wind and there's rain, that trash blows out, if it isn't out already, and blows into the stream, the adjacent streets and streams, and there we go all over again. This is absolutely beautiful. And I can't say this enough. It's a beautiful little stream. And the history of it. Men died for our country, defending our country, in this stream and beside this stream. This should be considered a national monument. And it will be a waypoint on the Star-Spangled Banner Trail. People don't go throw trash on the fields of Gettysburg. People don't go and dump trash on any other nation's monuments. And we need the same protections here with the upgrade to our stormwater management. So, enough about that. I'm sure if you watched my videos before, you know that that's one of our biggest issues. That if we could upgrade the stormwater management in Dundalk, if we could get the bag bill passed, and if we could get the deposit bill on containers passed, you'd watch trash dry up real quick. Not throughout just Dundalk, but throughout most of Maryland. Believe me. As we continue on, you can see, I don't know if you had a chance, it's a little bit early yet still, but I'm seeing all kinds of fish in the stream. We found a snapping turtle this year, which is kind of early for him too, given how cold the weather's been. We haven't found any salamanders or crayfish yet this year, but they're probably still pretty deep in the mud. But I'm sure that, we will. People ask us about the frog mascot for Bread and Cheese Creek. When we did our first cleanup in 2009, and the trash was so overwhelming in here, there was almost nothing living. And we picked up a big cardboard box and turned it over, and underneath of it was a giant bullfrog. And he looked at us and then jumped away. He was the first living creature we had seen in this stream. And that's why we decided to make him our mascot. Now, come next to Bread and Cheese Creek on a summer night, and you could hear the bullfrogs singing by the dozens. Frogs are a good indicator on the health of a stream. And we're working our tail off to make sure that they come back. And I think that, they're singing for joy every night in the summertime because of it. At least we can hear them anyway. Whereas before there was nothing but silence. We are currently crossing along Willow Road. We've already passed under Plainfield Road Bridge, headed toward North Point. And when we get to North Point, we'll actually show you the incredible job that our volunteers did on North Point Road, which will be a separate video, but still. It's pretty deep here. I don't know if you can see them, probably not with their reflection, but there are tons of fish in this section. Any place along this stream, it seems like, where we get a place where it's above the knee, we're seeing lots of fish, and that's a wonderful thing. When I was a child, I used to be in this stream constantly with my grandfather. We catch minnows and use them for bait and go fishing. Last year, for the first time that I can remember, I saw a father and son walking along the stream, and I saw them with a minnow catcher. And I knew that's what they were doing, the same thing. That's what streams are for. Streams should be your playground. Streams should be your place to connect with nature. It should be your place where you can relax, enjoy the beauty of nature. A place where you can be in your neighborhood still and still enjoy the beauty of the stream and nature. I mean, how many people don't want to have their house back up to a beautiful little stream? Not only is that a big plus to your property value, but it's a big plus for you. I mean, there's all kinds of research studies now talking about nature deficit disorder and how much it helps with people's tension to be in value, to be immersed in nature. Imagine how incredible it is just to walk in your backyard and be part of nature. That's every one of us who has houses along Bread and Cheese Creek. It's one of the things that we're so privileged for. It's wonderful when I see the neighbors come out here, and even the neighbors who are elderly or not able to help, and they come out and thank us. It's an incredible thing. Once again, I mean, so far, you know, as I'm walking along, now granted, unfortunately, the bottom gets a bit muddy, so we miss teeny things here and there. But I mean, compared to my previous video, you can see the huge distance all these people have made. Yeah. Gotta appreciate, we had Dave Oshman come out with his Jeep and winch. He's a Boy Scout leader and a great guy. Never hesitates to come out and help. And I'll tell you what, that winch helps us get shopping carts out that have been buried in this mud in no time. And then we had a gentleman named Justin Redmond come out who's been volunteering since he was a little fella. Now he owns a big giant pickup truck and he brings 2 ATVs down and helps us out every year too. You know, it's just watching the volunteers grow up, and now I'm starting to get old. I see people that I remember when they were tiny when we started this, and now they're adults. And seeing that value and that joy is an incredible thing. Just a little aside. Do you know Bread and Cheese Creek has resulted in 4 couples meeting and getting married? We've had 3 babies born after people got married from meeting each other in Bread and Cheese Creek. We've had 3 people decide that they want to go into magnet programs in their high schools and the environmental after Bread and Cheese Creek. And we've had 3 people come and decide that that's what they want to change their major to. Nature's a magical place. It does magical things. Like I said, we're going along here at a pretty good clip because I know that my time is limited both to what I can upload to YouTube as well as what my battery will allow. So we're too much longer until we reach North Point Road. Of course, I'll take a bunch of still pictures too on the way back. It's a long walk. I can't tell you how many times I've been up and down this stream today. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm dirty. Yes, I smell pretty bad. But you know what? I'm pretty darn happy at looking at the stream like this again. Now, those of you who like to volunteer with us and who did volunteer with us, you know, every year it seems like we do more and more cleanups. And that's because of you, ladies and gentlemen, because you help. The more you help, the more volunteers we have, the more people we have donate to us, the more we can do cleanups. Our next cleanup is going to be on April 22nd, which is Earth Day, and I know that's during the week, but anybody who can make it out can. We're going to be cleaning up Greektown with Johns Hopkins Bayview Medical Center. Cleanup after that is going to be May 10th. May 10th, we're going to be cleaning up Bear Creek, and we're going to try and clean up Charlemont Park as well. And that's going to be working with the U.S. Navy. We're going to have several volunteers coming down from them. The next cleanup after that is going to be May 17th, where we're going to be cleaning up Stansbury Park and Pond. And after that, the next cleanup is in June. Can't remember the date off the top of my head, but it's going to be posted on Facebook, Twitter, and everything else. And that's going to be the cleanup of the monuments. That is the Methodist Meeting House, Battle Acre, as well as Battlefield Park. This little yellow balloon here was not here earlier. It must have just got knocked in from somebody's yard. On the way back, I'm sure I'll pick it up and I'll knock it back into the yard over on the left side. The left-hand side is also a gentleman who's been a long supporter of us. We'll have to give accolades to Mr. Tom Coffin, who owns Hercules Auto Parts in North Point Road. Incredible guy, wonderful help. Always a big supporter. You know, we don't get any funding from the county. We don't get any funding from the state. We do get trash bags and gloves from the Alliance of the Chesapeake Bay Project Clean Stream, as well as we get a small stipend to help with offset our supplies. We get bags from American Rivers, and we get most of our money from our bake sales, believe it or not. We do 2 bake sales a year. One is on Good Friday, and the other one is right before Thanksgiving, usually the weekend right before Thanksgiving, and that's where most of our funding comes from. So this year, we'll be both at Giant and at Walmart. We're going to have 2 locations set up at the same time, so please come out, help us, buy something yummy for yourself, either for Easter or just because, and help out a good cause at the same time. We're starting to near North Point Road. I can hear the traffic up ahead, and I'll end the video at that point, and then I'll take a quick video of North Point Road to show the incredible job that everyone did. Once again, I can't thank our volunteers enough. I truly can't. I don't think that there are words that can express my gratitude. Without them, we couldn't do anything. We don't have lots of money, we don't have lots of resources, but we've got incredible volunteers with incredible heart. Now, I've done cleanups in Towson, I've done cleanups in Reisterstown, I've done cleanups many places in Baltimore County while I was in college, and never have I ever run into any volunteers as incredible as those who come out to our cleanups. They're a different type of people, believe me. And when I say that, I mean that in the most positive way possible. People get down on Dundalk, make fun of Dundalk. And those are people who really don't know what Dundalk is about. Dundalk is people with a lot of pride. People care deeply about their community. People that have a strong heritage of having contributed to World War II with the ships down Bethlehem Steel and the machines at GM. And these people still have a lot of pride. And they deserve to. Things may be tough at Dundalk right now, but a lot of us in Dundalk know that the better days are on the horizon for us. And we'll never give up making this a better community. Because we know Dundalk is worth fighting for. Remember how incredible Dundalk was as a child, and it will be that way again. It's already coming toward that way. And because of its people, more than anything else. You know, you got to think about it this way. During the War of 1812, all these volunteers weren't professional military forces. They were farmers, they were merchants, they were leather workers, they were blacksmiths. They came out to protect protect their home. They came out to protect their families. That's why the British didn't stand a chance. Well, guess what? The people of Dundalk are doing the same thing now. We're protecting our homes, we're protecting our families by things like Bread and Cheese Creek and other groups to help make our community a better place. And guess what? Our detractors don't stand a chance, because Bread and Cheese Creek and Dundalk will be the most incredible community in the world again soon. Thank you very much. This is John Long from Clean Bread and Cheese Creek. And I want to thank you so much again for everybody who came out today on April 5th, everyone who supported us. And I look forward to working with you all again very soon. Thank you. www.breadandcheesecreek.org is our website. Thank you.